Do you agree Igbos prefer Nigeria over Biafran independence? Arewa youth. Do you agree Igbos prefer Nigeria over Biafran independence? Arewa youth. To my dear listeners, this is a question asked by Arewa youth, and the question is being thrown to the Biafra says, do you agree Igbos prefer Nigeria over Biafran independence? To my dear listeners, to hear the full gist, stay tuned as I read today's news. The Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, AYCF, has made a declaration suggesting that the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu-led indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, would not emerge victorious in the event of a referendum to determine Biafra's fate. According to a statement, the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, AYCF National President, Yerima Shettima, explained that a substantial number of individuals from the Igbo community exhibit a preference to uphold their Nigerian identity rather than pursuing secession to establish the independent state of Biafra. During an interaction with the Daily Post newspaper online, Yerima Shettima castigated the Biafra movement, asserting that it has been infiltrated by criminal factions. Nonetheless, he did recognize that some individuals of Igbo descent are advocating for principles of fairness, equity, and justice. According to his words, Yerima Shettima said, "As a Nigerian, I know that IPOB can't win a referendum today because an average Igbo man wants to remain in Nigeria. All they are demanding is justice, equity, and fair play. If there is a referendum within the Southeast, I am sure they will lose because the majority of Igbos want to be Nigerians, apart from a few individuals who are agitating for reasons best known to them." While speaking further, Yerima Shettima said, "I won't tell you that most Igbos believe in the agitation, but out of fear, they won't speak out. They are scared. They are afraid of a certain people. I can tell you that if there is a referendum today, the Biafran voice will be heard, but the majority will have their way at the end of the day." In the sphere of contemporary Nigerian politics, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, foremost figure in the Biafran independence movement, remains under ongoing detention by the Department of State Services, DSS, following his rearrest in Kenya and subsequent rendition back to Nigeria in June 2021. Notwithstanding, court orders granting him bail, the Nigerian government has opted to keep the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader, incarcerated. During his time in detention, Kanu has persistently raised concerns over the prevalent violent and pervasive state of insecurity in the southeast region. In summary, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, spearheading the call for Biafran autonomy, has been held in custody by the Department of State Services DSS since his apprehension in Kenya and subsequent return to Nigeria in June 2021. Despite judicial panels granting him release on bail, the Nigerian government has chosen to prolong his detention, eliciting ongoing apprehensions regarding the escalating violence and insecurity in the southeast region. So my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And to my dear listeners, I know you would have one or two about Yerima Shetima's statement. Feel free to drop by at the comment section to discuss it there. And in contribution to the news, before I go, I want to say there is always a reason for everything. But the reason why Igbos are agitating, they know the reason why they are agitating. So you are not in a place to judge that they do not want Biafran's independence. As a matter of fact, I'm not in support of that. I'm not in support of